succession is a very, very important for the business sustainability. And my plan of succession started almost a decade ago.
The Adani Group is reportedly silently sending its arrows within the Kenyan economy against the people's wishes. While the nation's attention is locked on the political theatrics of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment saga, the Adani Group is allegedly making silent moves to sink its claws into key Kenyan assets. Nelson Amenya, the whistleblower in the infamous Adani deal, has blown the lead off once again in what he describes as a secretive, forceful transfer of JKIA to Adani Enterprises, a deal supposedly being pushed by none other than President Ruto himself in defiance of public opposition. Mkizubaishwa na Gachagua impeachment suckers, Adani will soon own JKIA and the Mombasa port. Verified reports reveal that the bossy has said the deal must go through and he'll deal with public outrage later. Msiseme sikuwaonya.
Adani must go! Adani must go! Adani must go! Adani must go!
As outrage over the Adani Group's ambitions boils over, Kenyans have taken matters into their own hands. In an unprecedented move, furious citizens stormed a virtual court session on the Adani case, filling the chat with the chants of Adani must go. A chaos erupted online, forcing the presiding judge to adjourn the proceedings prematurely. The digital protest showed the intensity of public dissent, and for a moment it was clear that Kenyans would not be silenced.
JKIA is not for sale.
The court number to be indicated on my cause list
Adani must go.
of
Adani
the
must
day.
go.
Adani must go.
Furthermore,
Adani must go.
Adani must go.
Adani must go. Adani must go. Adani must go. Adani must go. Adani must
Deputy
go.
Registrar
must go.
is directed
Adani
Take
must go.
the appropriate
Adani must go.
Adani must go.
Adani must
Adani must
to
go.
ensure
Adani must go.
orderly
Adani must go.
proceedings.
Adani
My
must
apologies,
go.
Council. This is perhaps one of the challenges we face. We are not able to prevent these disruptions. Let us reconvene on Tuesday at 11 a.m. in open court. The
JKIA is not for
going
sale.
to,
will be here.
JKIA is not
what
for
is going to
sale.
take a 15-minute break. I will
and it's
then
for sale.
resume with my constitutional list. If you're waiting for judgment, I have 6 civil judgments. They are all ready. I will deliver them at my constitutional human rights list. I apologize for that minor setback. that I was
Apology.
I will reconvene in 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Go. The people of Kenya say Adani must go.
But just how controversial is this Adani takeover? A lawsuit filed by activist Tony Gashoka and the Mount Kenyan jurists paint a grim picture, accusing the Adani Group of orchestrating what they call sovereign robbery. According to the suit, the Kenyan government is not only surrendering JKIA's title deed to Adani, but is also set to act as a loan guarantor, exposing already burdened taxpayers to colossal financial risk. For all practical purposes, JKIA's current and future revenue streams are being handed over to Adani. It's nothing short of sovereign robbery. The petitioners, represented by lawyer Ndegwa Njiru, told Justice Bahati Mwamuye.
Of the people that has been forcefully invested into the Adani Group, and now that the stocks are falling, now that there is a huge crisis, the money of the people is at stake. Apurva continues to be with.
The allegations of fraud levelled against the Adani Group caused deepening political unrest on Monday. Some of India's opposition party members were detained by police during protests, with the event stalling Parliament for a third consecutive day. Communist Party of India member John Brittas is calling for a joint Parliament committee.
I mean, we want a JPC or a Supreme Court monitored inquiry into the scandal that is Adani. Adani itself is a big scandal, and the government has to come clean on this. And this is a symbol of crony capitalism that is in demonstration now.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has denied accusations by opposition leaders that he's benefited from close ties with Adani Group billionaire founder Gautam Adani.
Now, this isn't the first challenge against the deal. Gashoka and the Mount Kenya jurist case adds to 2 other petitions already filed, amplifying the public outcry against the controversial lease of one of Kenya's most strategic assets. Now, the controversy has even pulled in opposition leader Raila Odinga, who recently tried to defend the Adani Group, claiming it has a positive investment track record.
Investors, in line with the PPP Act, we all have misgivings about how the current proposed PPPs concerning the JKIA and power distribution have been processed, which has resulted in a raging debate over the involvement of the Indian firm in the airport and energy sector projects. Unfortunately, these misgivings have also resulted in a lot of misinformation regarding the investors who have made the PPP's proposals. I have had a chance to interact with the PPP proposals in question. It is my duty to state what I know about them.
However, this narrative has been met with skepticism. Lawyer Donald Kipkorir dismissed Raila's endorsement, warning that the Adani invasion could trigger an economic collapse across multiple sectors in the country. Kipkorir painted a grim future, drawing comparisons to infamous financial scandals. Through his Twitter account, he wrote saying, Adani's contracts with JKIA, Ketraco and Shah will inevitably lead to the downfall of state corporations, listed companies, law firms, auditors, banks, and PR agencies. Politicians, CEOs, lawyers, brokers, and errands boys will be dragged to court with billions paid back to the state. Remember what happened with Enron in the US and the Gupta saga in South Africa? Don't come later claiming you are forced into this, Kipkorir wrote through his Twitter account. Now, as the dust settles over Gachagwa's political battles, a far more sinister game seems to be playing out behind the scenes, one that could reshape Kenya's economic landscape. Whether the Adani Group's ambitions signal much needed foreign investments or the looting of sovereign resources, one thing is clear: the Kenyan public is not taking this lightly. And as the saying goes, when the circus distracts, the wolves strikes.